So, hello everyone. In today's dialogue, we'll be having a dialogue about election, especially American election, which is currently happening right now. And today's Myanmar time in 7:46 p.m. we are discussing about the dialogue about American election and its factor. So today's main dialogue title will be what we call rebuilding America, constructing or contrasting solution in 2024 race. Yes, it's very interesting, and will be based on 3 points. Jordan Min, do you know about those points?
First, we go for the economic
Yeah, and then
and social,
okay,
and we'll go to the last thing,
okay,
security.
security. Yes, so we'll be going all around it, and then Mr. Jordan Min, I give you the stage now. Please tell us about what you know about
Kamala.
Oh, you will talk about
Yeah,
Kamala,
yeah, yeah.
right? Okay. So, what is the title that you will talk about in Kamala? Social part? Oh, not social part. It's
Economy.
Yeah, economy.
Taxes.
Oh, taxes. Okay.
And we'll go it first. Okay, so
Okay.
so Kamala Harris, she is planning to make a title that go wealth tax.
Oh, I
So I will explain to you that what's a 1% tax on what's over 50 million. So if I have to say that people that who net worth is over 50 million, they have to give 1%
one person. Okay.
a wealth tax to them, to the government.
Okay.
And for those who has over 1 billion net worth, such as Elon Musk, for those multi-billionaires,
Yeah.
they have to give 3% to them.
Oh.
So to raise about 20.7 trillions in 10 years for social programs,
I see.
plans to increase the corporate tax from 21% to 28%,
Oh, okay.
reversing from some of Trump's 2017 tax
Oh,
cuts.
tax cuts. Okay.
So I give you a
Oh,
chance to...
so Kamala Harris was trying to, outrun the tax cuts like Donald Trump implemented, and based on your saying, Kamala Harris is trying to make the rich pay more in tax,
And she would let go of the middle class and the lower class.
I see. That is a typical democratic behavior. So Donald Trump, on the other hand, is trying to do what we call a re-implementation of Tax Cut and Job Acts, like Jordan said before. And the Tax Cuts and Job Acts will be more influential, and it will reduce the corporate tax from 35% to 21%, and Trump claims that it will simulate more of economic situation, more of the economic opportunities and jobs. So yeah, this is really true, because while he was in the position, was in office, he created what we call many jobs, like job opportunities. He gave all of those things to America, and while his time, the GDP rose more than history itself. So yeah, and it also added to what we call the GDP rate of 3.7% in long terms. So yeah, Donald Trump was really trying to do all the things that he wanted to do in economy with tax cuts and job acts. So yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's go to job creation.
Okay, let's go about.
So for Kamala Harris, she proposed 2 trillion for clean energy and infrastructures, aiming to create millions of jobs with 1 million in renewable energy.
I see.
She quality focus on wants to grow jobs in struggling communities for those who have been struggling, especially after COVID-19 pandemic. They have to struggle a lot to find a job, and things got hard there because especially of the pandemic there. So how about Donald J. Trump?
Donald really said that he wanted to focus more on the deregulated industries, and claiming that it would create more job growth, and it will create more on the unemployment rate falling. So while he was in the office, like I said before, in his former president years, he had made the unemployment rate drop down to 3.5%. And despite all of those little percentage looking, it was very much more influential in all of the part because based on it, 3.5% in America is very big because of the population itself. So it was the lowest in 50 years. So he was trying to re-implement all of the things that he did on his former years, and he wanted to make the labor more achievable. So yeah, I think Donald is trying to do like that, while Kamala was trying to do what we call distribution, right?
Yeah.
And 2 trillion investment. So it was
trillion
it is very
investment,
big. It's very big for America. So yeah, well, so let's go to inflammation control. So yeah.
So for Kamala Harris, she proposes ways to improve supply chains
I see.
and protects against rising prices,
Mm.
such as the medicines,
Okay.
like basic things such as water, food, electronic, many stuff. She wants to control the rising prices and emphasize government rules.
I see.
And plus, inflation rates hits 30-year high in 2021, which adds urgency to her plan.
No.
So she mainly focusing on controlling the rising prices in when she became a president in 2024.
Okay. So Donald Trump, on the other hand, took things very, very differently actually. So he wanted to make a economic recovery plan because while the tax cuts and the job acts that he did on his former years were very, very successful, but the inflation rate were relatively low, but it surged on pandemic years, actually, 2019 and 2019 2020. It reached 5.4% in July 2021, and yeah, the pandemic and the Donald Trump leadership like collided over, and it made a bad name for Donald Trump itself in inflation control. But he said that things will be alright, things will be good. So he claimed that tax cuts and job acts that he had once implemented will work further in his like future 2024 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So number 4 is what we call national
Debt.
So yeah, let's go.
Kamala Harris, I forgot it's for managing debt by balancing spending with higher taxes on the wealthy.
Okay,
on
wealthy,
the
okay.
people that who cannot, who has lower net worth than the wealthy people.
I see.
And also, the U.S. debt has 28 trillion
Okay.
by late 2021, which was raised concern about financial stability. So, she said she will be working on the 28 trillion dollars
Oh, I see.
when she get the rules of the president in the United States.
Oh, okay.
So how about Donald J. Trump?
So Donald Trump, on the other hand, his national debt was very, very bad actually, because in his former years, the national debt grew by 7 trillion, and it raises criticism that he doesn't have a lot of fiscal responsibility. And he said that those the CBO News and HBO News said that those are the things that he cannot control upon, and the deficits would be rising 1 trillion while he was in the presidency. So while national debt in his former years were very, very big and very, very huge, but through further researches, I think that my own personal views, I think that the national debt will be further increased or further decreased because of all of the things that he said he would do in his platforms, in his rallies, and he said he would change all of the things, he would change the mistakes because he did become a president once. So he learned from his mistakes. So yeah, let's go to the number 5th. What is it called?
Small business and corporate regulations.
Okay.
So for Kamala Harris, she wants to increase access to funds through grants and loans, especially for majority-owned businesses.
I see.
Corporate oversight supports more regulations on big companies to protect small businesses and promote fair competition. So I think she is referring to focusing on the smaller businesses because especially because like the big company can eat up the small business by a snap of or by a blink of an eye.
Makes
Because
sense.
the small businesses are currently working on in their place, they are currently struggling.
Oh.
Yeah. So she is like she wants to promote fair competition for both big and both small
those small.
businesses.
So this is just a typical behavior of
Yeah,
a Democrat because like Kamala herself was a middle class, right? So she knows most of what we know as middle class behaviors. So she might think that she might really evaluate that all of the things that she faced will be faced again, will be faced typically by the middle class. So I think that Kamala Harris got the experience for the small business and big regulations. But Donald Trump, on the other hand, was a business view. He said that he will be focusing on reducing regulation on support of small businesses. It claims that it will be more favorable for a big business to run because big business can make big regulation, can make big revenues, and can make big changes to the whole economy or GDP of America. So Donald Trump was based on that. So Trump has small business policies as well, but while all of the things that he has said before, Donald Trump was mainly focusing on the interest rate and other main figures because he was based on fiscal policies. So yeah, I think that is all. From the summary, from the evaluation which we had said before, what do you evaluate from
Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
For some, if I have to summarize that, she is completely doing the wealth tax to the wealthy people.
Yeah.
For those who above 50 million and 1 billion.
Okay.
And also, she would lower tax to those who has lower net worth than 50 millions. I think that she currently doing like that. And also,
I see.
and she will be she want to increase access to funds to grants and loans. Plus, and she will increase the national debt about she will clear the 28 trillions by the 2024. You know, the US does pass the 28 trillions in 2021. So she said she will be working on that. She will financial stability.
Nice.
How about Donald J. Trump?
So Donald Trump, at the other hand, was very, very different because he was typically following his order, always follow his sequence of steps because of the mistakes that he had learned from the past in the former years, and he was trying to make changes to his future wannabe years, and he wanted to be a president that changes the current situation, current America status on the world. So economic world especially. So yeah, I think that is all. So let's go to healthcare and social part. So Jordan?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, yes.
Of course. So Harris supports healthcare access for everyone. She wants to expand the ACA, which is mean Affordable Care Act, and add public options, allowing more people to have health insurance. Also, Harris aims to lower the drug costs and by allowing medicine a government healthcare program to negotiate price with drug company and potentially saving families to up to maybe $500 each year. And to do that thing that she said, like I think she would push to laws to explain the ACA and create more rules to increase competition amongst insurance companies, which could help lower costs and provide better options.
That makes sense. So, for for Donald Trump at the other end, he wanted to replace and repeal the ACA Act, like you said before, and he wanted to promote the health saving accounts. It's very different from the healthcare formations. He wasn't really based on the social part itself. So he wanted to go for social profits and social economy itself. So he wanted to base on the financial status of America in current situation. So he wanted to deal like that, but he wanted to do the saving accounts, which is very very criticizing, because of the 20 million America would be nothing, would be without accounts, would be without coverage. So it was a very criticizing moments for the Donald Trump in social reforms. So I think that is so. So
Okay, so
no
education.
yeah, education. Okay.
Harris aimed to erase student debts. She's forgiving $20,000 student loans for Pell Grants recipients, students from low-income families, those who has less money than others. And she also want to raise the maximum Pell Grants by $1,200,000 to make college more affordable for 7 million students.
Okay.
So she will increase funding for public school, create more community school, and give students more access to job programs so they can have better job opportunities. A lot of students in USA currently, they work in restaurants such as McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks. Something. But in the other hand, she says that she will give them a better job option and job training program, so they could access to a better job.
So from your statements, it can be said that Kamala Harris were trying to change the life of the middle class students and foreign students
and the lower class.
Lower class and foreign students, like you said before. And Donald Trump, at the other end, is very different. He would just wanted to support school choice. He wasn't supporting on the school definition itself. So he said that he will be giving $5 billion annual federal investment to school vouchers and charter schools to increase educational options for the families that cannot afford them, but mostly for the ones that can afford actually. But Donald Trump really said something which is very very outstanding to me, because he said that he will be giving those money and give those investment directly to the student themselves, but not to the school district, therefore not for the school funds. So he said that he was very very untrustful for the school districts and schools domination. So he was very very straightforward and very very ambitious in school reforms by this education policies that he said before. So so let's go to social justice and equality. So
Harris wants to invest $100 billion in minority-owned businesses, so which is not a quite small amount of a budget. There is a big amount of budgets.
I see.
So to reduce economic equality and offer a fair less chance for everyone, and she will pass laws that provides grants and loans to small businesses in the underserved communities. This funding would go to businesses that had not had the alcohol spot in the past. So she is trying to change that by investing $100 billion in minorities owned businesses to reduce economic
I see.
inequality.
No. So, my Donald Trump said that he will be making law and order. So, despite it being said that America was a free place, Donald Trump wanted to assert control, assert law and order in the soil of America. So, America was very free. Yeah, it was America was popularized with freedom and guns actually. So because of it, those guns are very dangerous and wielded carelessly by the citizen and by the non-citizens, and Donald Trump wanted to assert law and order throughout all of the states of America. So he wanted to make that, and he wanted to give 400 millions available for the police funds, for the police dominance, and for the police implementation. So he wanted to do all of it. So yeah, he wanted to empower the communities by making them safe, by making them secure, and by making them feel that they are in a place where none can give the guns, none can give the harms that they wanted to do. So yeah, Donald Trump was like that. So let's go to number 4. What is it?
Housing
Initiatives. So yeah, let's go.
Harris want to make house affordable for those who cannot afford a house or rented apartment,
I see.
motel, or houses, those stuff. She supports 10 billion investment in affordable housing for low-income families and aims to add funds to housing trust fund, which help build, also repair, and also manage and retails homes for those in need. For those who cannot afford, really struggling. So, and she will provide grants to states that to affordable housing project and offer rewards to private developer
I see.
who will build the affordable housing stuff.
Okay, so Kamala in your statements was trying to change the housing prices and housing developments. Yeah. So Donald Trump in the other end is very different actually. He wanted to make what we call a place for the for the job killing regulations, and he wanted to make all of the housing development to be more into lower cost, and he wanted to make more affordable, but in investments for American citizens. So he wanted to make it like that. So in other places, he wanted to make job killing regulations that can increase housing prices or housing development. So he wanted to make the executive order to construction projects so that they can make more houses but with investment themselves. So housing initiative, Donald Trump rules like that. So yeah, those are things about housing initiative. So let's go to climate change in themselves. It is a very popular topic right now. So Kamala point of view. So I'll give you the stage.
Harris supports in inflecting reducing acts who dreaded the 369 billion into clean energy projects like solar and wind and power and those stuff. And she believes
money.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
She believes this will create millions of clean energy jobs and help the US reach net zero emission by 2050.
Wow, 2050, okay.
And she will increase funding for renewable energy projects and set rules to encourage companies to use clean energy, creating jobs and slowing climate change. Because I think there are a lot of storm and hurricane happening in Florida,
very typical.
States. Yeah, and also 269 billion is not a small budget.
Oh yeah, yes.
If something went wrong, everything would go.
Yeah.
So she have to watch out from that, and I think she's very confident on her own, and she said she will reach net zero ambition by 2050.
Oh, okay. So Donald Trump, on the other hand, is very different. Has a very different approach. So Donald Trump didn't really care about the climate change himself because he wanted to make fossil fuel. He wanted to make coal more strange enough for that economy will rise again. So Donald Trump, on the other hand, was mainly based on the economic views and industrialization. He wanted to make America more industrialized and more populated and more rich, wealthy. A wealthy country, a first-class country. So he wanted to make that. So in order to do that, he wanted to make fossil fuel production to be double the size. He wanted to make energy independence, and he is going to lead $1.9 trillion increase in economy. He wanted to make all of those things, like 1.9 trillion in economy, increase in economy in GDP is very, very big. So he wanted to make all of this so because of it, he didn't really care about the climate change. He doesn't care about it right now, and he's really said that those climate change are not important than the economic growth and the rivalry with other major countries, major powers like China and other global powers. So yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah. So summary. Let's go to summary itself. So how would you say the Kamala?
Kamala Harris often emphasizes for her commitments to fair solution and government support to help the middle class and the lower class and address inequality. She used statistics and personal story to connect with the voter.
No, I see. Also, there are many debates. And debates going on with the two representatives, and I just look at it personally and in personal times, and I realized that Kamala Harris was really spoken about her personal life as a middle class woman, and it highlights about her commitments. But Donald Trump, on the other hand, framed his policies to promote freedoms and individual responsibilities. He wanted to make all of it. He wanted to make America more based on the individualism. He wanted to make America great on the economic specialization. So he wanted to make all of it. And his views are often made in a way where economic growth and job growth were more important than the civilization, than the social changes themselves. So yeah, that is all. So you have been
The same rule.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about
Kamala Harris,
Harris.
and I'm going to talk about Donald Trump.
Okay. Immigration. So there are many immigration going on right now. So yeah, you know about the American immigration, right?
Yes, sir.
Like Mexico and other stuff. Like, you know about that? Like jumping over the fence, things. But from the things like border security and immigration reforms, I could call it professionally. So Kamala Harris wanted to promote comprehensive immigration. So she doesn't want to separate the families altogether and separate. So she doesn't want to be like that. So she wanted to make a pathway for 11 million immigrants, undocumented immigrants, to become a citizen of America. So she wanted to make like that. So there are many ways, there are many criticism from the border states themselves, but Kamala didn't really care about that. So Kamala wanted to make H-1B visas to be more expanded as well. H-1B visa works something like you're a student, right? A student, but one day you will go to America, and you will go to America in a visa where you will become a student themselves. So yeah, those H-1B visas will be more expanded, and she wanted to make more foreign immigration and more migrations themselves to be more opened and to be more independent themselves. So how about Donald?
For Donald Trump, I think wants to build a borders wall and has 18 billion plans for it. Support real rules like keeping people in Mexico while they wait for alliance in the U.S. He also wants to stop private citizenship which affect about 400k children born each year to into communities immigrants. Also, Trump suspects using the national guards at the border and increasing deportations.
So yeah, very very different views actually. And Donald Trump, I know about his views because he was a former president and he really wanted to build a wall actually, very very expensive wall actually. So let's go to another view: military spending and modernization. So Kamala Harris wanted to make military modernization and she support that, but in the other hand she wanted to make efficiency and accountability in defense spending. So simply speaking, she just doesn't want to make America a militarized nation. She wanted to make a military power, but not very very modernized. But from the Kamala view, she wanted to make a reviewing of military contract to assure that those are effective for the taxes that they are paying. Like, for example, the national tax are going all over to the other countries, or to all the military spending themselves. So yeah, so she wanted to be like that. So how about Donald?
For Donald, he suspects 740 billion budget in 2021 for military educates and making sure the military is ready for action for the surprise attacks such as those. And they include spending on Navy and Air Force offers an improvement.
I see.
So this is what he did, and also he is a 740 million budget in 2024 for the military. I agree with big in my options. So,
Yeah.
So how do you see as well?
So Donald planned to militarize and to modernize the military himself was really based on the Russian-Ukraine war themselves, because Russian-Ukraine war was based on drones, was based on the trench war systems, like it was going to repeat the First World War. So furthermore speaking, I think that Donald Trump's view was pretty typical for the president who is very very who was very very influential and who went to North Korea, and Donald has a view that Kamala didn't. So yeah, it's typical for him to make military more modernized because of the Russian-Ukraine war and other wars that make modernization a typical behavior. So yeah, so let's go to Kamala Harris' view on the cyber security plan. So Jordan, you call about Donald first actually.
Should I go first?
Yeah,
okay.
Donald.
So Donald Trump focused significantly actions on the cybersecurity during his presidency, particularly in the face of increasing threats from foreigners and also for the adventure series like Russia and China. In 2018, he created the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agent (SICA), aka and also under the Department of Homeland Security of protects U.S. critical infrastructure and also for the cybersecurity efforts.
I see.
And also CISC was talk with certain election system, safeguarding private sector network and improving national cyber security. And also in 2024 budget proposal, Trump called for the exchange cyber security measure to defend the nation from these cyber threats, and especially from the state actor. And he advocates from increasing spending to improve government's cybersecurity defenses and protect the critical infrastructure from hacking attempts.
I see. So Donald's view was very, very big on the cybersecurity. So Kamala, on the other hand, was trying to collaborate with the tech industry for better cybersecurity infrastructures, and she wanted to make protections against digital threats by collaboration and more advanced security system themselves. So yeah, she sourced on so there Harris on cybersecurity that she spoke about how she wanted to collaborate with the tech industry. She stated that, and there is a source typically for that. So there was a link here too. So yeah, so let's go to another 4. That's what we call domestic counter-terrorism efforts. So Donald view.
Okay, for Donald view, and Trump approach to domestic terrorism force on securing the border and preventing terrorist group from entering the U.S. Like he was thought that immigration, believing it was key to nation security. Trump tried to support more civilians and increase funding for laws
I see.
and informants to fight terrorism at home.
I see. Okay.
And also his administrations and also targeted terrorism group like ISIS.
Okay.
Like talking military action to defeat them abroad.
Okay.
So in the other hand of Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is really based on what we call a community-based approach. So Kamala Harris was a middle class, very typical for middle class behavior, for community to work together. Community solution is very underrated, and in my opinion, yes, it might work as well, because community is based on the most important factors changing. So Kamala Harris was trying to make a community-based approaches to counter the terrorism groups, and she wanted to make more addressed on the root cause of the extremism rather than killing the leaves, killing the roots, killing the structures of the the extremism themselves. She wanted to make the root more soft and to pull out as they want soft. So Kamala Harris was based on that. So yeah, I think that is all. So number 5.
Number 5, alliance and foreign policy.
Yeah.
Trump believed in America first, focusing on U.S. interests and reducing involvement in international agreements, and he questioned the value of NATO and pushed U.S. alliance to spend more on defense because most of the percentage of the NATO was the United States of America, and like he's doing a lot. The U.S. is doing a lot of effort and a lot of percentage than other country.
I see. Yeah.
I cannot predict the percentage, but like it has more than other country in the NATO. And also Trump often criticized trade deals that he felt were unfair to U.S., especially with China, and in support tariffs to protect America's jobs. And while Trump focused on strengthening U.S. power, he was also willing to engage in negotiation like the Abraham Accords, which lead to peace deals between Israel and several Arab nations.
Yeah.
So in the other hand of Kamala Harris,
Donald was very based on the NATO and other European powers themselves. So yeah, it's really based on that, because America was sending money to make NATO work. So yeah, I think that is very natural for Donald Trump to do that. But Kamala Harris on the other hand wanted to make more commitment to the NATO themselves. So she doesn't want to change the fact that NATO wasn't well paid. NATO was paid by American. She wanted to give more to the NATO powers themselves. She wanted to make international alliance more strengthened, and she wanted to make multilateralism to make collaboration issues like climate change, security matters. She wanted to make more and more onto the point with the community-based options that she had left. Summary and Kamala view. So I said about more Kamala. So Jordan, now can you speak about Kamala point views?
Can I say about Donald Trump? Because I'm currently focusing on him.
Okay.
So I will say about Kamala Harris a bit, and I will say about the Donald Trump. Let's say about. So for Kamala Harris, like She favored balanced immigration, careful military spending, and working with alliance. She approached balanced security with fair and human treatment for agreements. In the other hand of Donald Trump's approach to security and defense were central around strengthening the U.S. military, tightens immigration laws, and focusing on tougher standards, and also focusing on America interests.
Wow.
And also he advocates from a strong border, higher military spending, and tougher stance and global issues like trade and alliances, all while criticizing U.S. the sovereignty and security.
Oh, that's I see. So, in my view, Donald Trump was very, very straightforward and very, very ambitious in forming the alliance that he wanted, and he was very ambitious in American first policy.
Sure.
So yeah, but Kamala, in the other hand, was very based on the strengthening of alliance, making sure that American people are more equal to the rest of the world, and she wanted to make that American people are high standard in a way where we accept all of human beings without having to treat them as garbage or as a low being that they were once treated by the host countries themselves. So Kamala was based on that. Very different views, very different opinions, very different approach to politics themselves for the restoring of America policies, America definition themselves. So yeah, I think that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump will be very, very interesting actually. So today there is an election currently going on right now, live, and we're discussing about that as well. So Jordan, what do you think about the election themselves? Is it very, very interesting for you, or is it it is just a typical election?
It's in the mix, and it's also interesting for me because I'm a big fan of the Donald J. Trump, and I would go for also Kamala Harris, which she wanted to go fair to everyone, especially for the middle class and the lower class. But for Donald J. Trump, he wants to strict a lot of the part of his country, such as economic, education, and military, those stuff. He wants to strict a lot of them, and he wants to make America great again.
I see. So Kamala Harris, on the other hand, she wanted to make America win. Like, who won? We won. Who won? We won. So she said about that. So Kamala's view was very different. Kamala's view was very influential topic, different from Donald's view opinion themselves. So overall, I think that Donald Trump and Kamala current election 2024 is very interesting to me. So I think that is all. That is the thing that we discussed right there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is all, and I hope you well, and I hope you are very excited about
the election,
and I hope that you will be very surprised by the result themselves. So
thank you for watching. This is Jordan.
Yes.
This is
Jordan. Kaumian. Yes, we are both Jordan actually. So yeah, thank you very much
for watching until the end of our video.
Yeah. So bye bye.